But I've got with me a sport enthusiast, one who I've not seen for a very long time, span 5 years now, I would say. But it's good to have you back with me on the show. Olaleye.
Yeah, good afternoon to you. Onye, great to be on the show, and I've got a wonderful day. Today is Democracy Day.
Yeah.
Of course, we hope that things will actually change for us, also sports-wise. Great to be on the show.
Great to have you on the show, and it's me here donning the green color representing Nigeria on a day like this. Of course, uninterrupted democracy. 25. It is our 25th anniversary, and we are proud. So great one. But time to go deeper into the world of sports right now. The 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, I think Nigeria Super Eagles are in their position right now. They need a savior. Now, after games played in Group C that saw the likes of the Bafana of South Africa defeating Zimbabwe 3-1, that has put South Africa in a good stead in second position over there in Group C, where Nigeria share the same group. Now, remember that at this time we have Benin Republic sitting over there in a comfortable position. The likes of Rwanda sitting over there in a comfortable position because they got a win 1-0 against Lesotho in yesterday's match. So Nigeria suffered a 2-1 loss against Benin Republic in Group C for that 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers on Monday evening. That result really dented the Super Eagles' chances of dining with the big boys in the finals, to be jointly hosted by United States, Canada, and Mexico. How did the Beninese accomplish such a mission on the coach Gernot Rohr? Questions are still being asked. But Olaleye, I would really love to feel your pulse right now. After that game, how did you feel at their chances for Nigeria to just step up the plate?
Well, it reminds me of 2005 when Nigeria failed to qualify for the 2006 FIFA World Cup. We are in this kind of position, having to start permutations here and there. But as you said, I think it's still a long goal, and Nigeria has played 4 games thus far, 3 draws, 1 loss. But then again, if you look at how these World Cup qualifying games are, we have to have a winner and, of course, playoffs. But then again, for those who will be qualifying for the playoffs, you must ascertain a number of points. So
yes,
I think that's, for me, is the biggest, issue.
I worry a lot concerning that.
Yeah,
I worry a lot.
And for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, aftermath of winning silver medal at the Nations Cup, you had expected that this group of players, after having 3 draws on the bounce, will come and then again against Benin, our neighbors, to have done well. Maybe the voodoo or the spirits of our former coach, talking about Gernot Rohr, actually haunted the Super Eagles of Nigeria, knowing full well that this was a man at last time Nigeria qualified for the 2018 FIFA World Cup, won all games. I think with a game to spare, we actually qualified for the World Cup, but not a very good one for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. A lot of people will expect that failing to qualify for Qatar this time around, still in the dilemma. Hopefully, there will be a light at the end of the tunnel.
There'll be a light at the end of the tunnel. That's what we are hoping, because there are 6 games remaining for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But Leia, I would love to ask right now, before we go further, do you think Gernot Rohr implemented some key tactical changes that allowed the Benin Republic guys to go over the Super Eagles of Nigeria? And how did these tactics, go in their favor compared to those he used in his tenure with Nigeria?
Well, like they say, attack is the best form of defense. Not forgetting that the Super Eagles scored first with a fantastic goal by, I think, Onyeka Oderaba. But then again, I begin to wonder that the Benin national team came back. Yes, a couple of, defensive or child boy errors from the Super Eagles. But another dimension to is the fact that I think Gernot Rohr made use of some Nigerians that actually nationalized. It was a certain player who plays formerly for 36 Lions, very prolific midfielder. They were just a turn in the neck for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But then again, in football, you just need to take your chances, and I think the Benin national team under Gernot Rohr took their chances. And of course, from a goal down, playing in a stadium that was more like a neutral ground, they came from behind and, of course, got the maximum 3 points. And, of course, further, brings Nigeria's chances to a big dilemma.
All right, I'll be hoping that they can get out of that. But today, we have joining us all the way from Iran, a Nigerian-born Beninese under-23 player who plied his trade for Attack Energy SC. Now, guiding them to a flawless campaign, winning all their games without conceding any goal. He also scored 7 goals with 3 assists to help his club win the title in Afghanistan. He played in Iran before Sudan, then Nigeria, then went back to Benin Republic. His time in the Nigerian Premier Football League, where he played for Wiki Tourist and Gombe United, the Nigerian-born Benin forward said he was able to help Gombe United maintain their status in an elite division as he gave all for the team. We have the pleasure of having Godwin Akpo joining us all the way from Iran. Thank you so much, Godwin, for joining us on the show right now.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be on the show.
It's a pleasure to have you, Godwin. I know that we're in a different position right now because I would always speak for the Nigerian team, but you representing Benin Republic and you dented our hope. How did you feel after that win there, and what emotions ran across Benin Republic after the win against Nigeria? I know that that win is the first ever win at a full international level for Benin Republic.
Yes, so far, every dream of every Beninois is for them to qualify for the World Cup, for Beninois to play in the World Cup, as in the cheaters of the. So I feel Nigeria underrated them, because if they had gone to that match with they are the underdog in that game. So probably normally I feel they had a plan in the sense that Rohr, the former coach who coached Nigeria, he also noticed about Nigeria football. So definitely, I know they went to the match with a plan. And football is all about chances, and they executed their chances. So that's how football is.
Yes, and of course, they took advantage of that chance. But what were the emotions in the air for every single Beninese?
They were very happy because that game is very important. At least they are achieving their goals one way or the other, because every game is important. They won their last match against Rwanda. They won against Nigeria. So I think they have about 7 to 8 points now. So I think they are pushing. The dream of every Beninois is just to go for Beninois to be in the World Cup, to play. They've always been saying they can't wait for Benin to qualify for the World Cup. They can't wait for Benin to qualify for the World Cup. So I know every game they're putting their 100% to make sure they achieve that goal for the Benin fans.
All right, Gernot Rohr is one factor here. And we know that he was the longest serving coach for Nigeria. 5 years, spanning 5 years, and it was a great time. But though due to indiscipline in the team and all, he was shown the back door by the Nigerian Football Federation. What strategic changes do you think that Gernot Rohr implemented in that Benin Republic tactics that was different from their previous encounter against Nigeria? Because he is the only factor here that has brought a change to Benin Republic's style of play. How did those change contribute to the victory against Nigeria?
Nigeria, they like to pass, do tiki-taka, those kind of things. So Beninois, definitely, they might not withstand Nigeria based on the kind of players Nigeria. Nigeria have famous players, established players compared to Beninois national teams. So Beninois know they can't follow Nigeria to play tiki-taka football. The best way is to counter-attack, defend and counter-attack. And luckily for them, they took the opportunity. Football is all about taking your opportunities, and they took their chances, and that is it. Once they get the 2 goals, for them to defend to the game end.
Defense, they say, of course, will win you competitions. Let's see how they manage their defensive structure. Let's talk about that and their counter-attacking play on the Gernot Rohr. Especially, they considered that first goal against Nigeria, but were able to seal up at the back, not to conceal another. But they had to go forward, and they were able to seal that 2-1 win. How was their defensive structure? What will you say was the key thing in that defense there, or the key player in the defense?
I would say football is a team game. I felt they all came into that match with one motive: to win. They all came into football. It's not about 2-3 people doing good in the team. It's all about everybody putting their 100%. And I feel that was what contributed. It is not about the defense. It is about the midfield, the attack, and the goalkeeper. They all gave their 100%. To make sure they come out victorious in that game.
I'm sure that you're happy.
I can't some players, but I know there are some key players like Lighton, Muni, their striker, or Lighton, Junior Lighton, the midfielder, and some few players on the team. So I felt everybody gave their 100%. So
but do you think that you had a leeway because we did not, pride or even play our prolific strikers like Victor Osimhen, Victor Boniface? We didn't take the likes of Trust Ekong, Omero to that competition, even Moses Simon to that competition. Do you think that the Beninese had it easy for them against Nigeria, not parading these players?
See, once it comes to football, most times football is not all about name. Yes. You must
Why do you say so?
You must prove yourself. Yes, you must play. If you want to win, you need to play. You need to be rugged on the field. So that is just what football is. You can't be so calm and expect to win. You need to put in your 100%. This is World Cup qualification. So I expect it's not. If you want to compare the caliber of player in the Benin national team that played on that day compared to the caliber of player that played for Nigeria, Nigeria is higher in terms of club or any other statistic you want to rate, from the defense from the goalkeeper to the defense. So it's not about name. The names, a lot of players, Murphy that plays in France in Ligue 1. Who again? Kabibasi plays in Fulham.
Yes,
Iwobi plays in Fulham. A lot of them plays in Premier League. Most of these players plays in Division 2 in France, Division 3 in France, and some Division 2s in other countries. Only few players like Mouni and some other players plays in Premier League in the Benin national team. So if he talks about comparison, that Victor Osimhen with the other players are also there doing well for their club side. So it is not about Osimhen at this time. It's about you doing what you need to do on the field once you are given the opportunity to do it.
All right,
so I bet everything boils down to your mentality. The mentality they took to the game was different from the mentality Nigerians, the Super Eagles, took to the game. That is why they came out victorious, because they had emotion, they had a purpose. If the Super Eagles were more purposeful, definitely after scoring the first goal, they wouldn't concede 2.
But we saw that the Beninese, they came back in the second half, a different team on that Gernot Rohr, and they were able to secure that 2 goals in the second half. What specific adjustment do you think they made at halftime that allowed them to turn the game around and secure that comeback win against Nigeria? What did you see differently after halftime?
What I saw different, I saw a more composed side. They were more composed in the second half. They were more composed. So definitely, football is a 90-minute game. So definitely coming back to the second half, they know they only have 45 minutes to do whatever they need to do. So I felt that in that 45 minutes, they were more coordinated, composed, and that was what gave them the victory.
All right, let's take our conversation away from that game between Super Eagles of Nigeria and Benin Republic and talk about you right now. I know you ply your trade with, of course, a very great side in Iran. But I would love to know, do you aspire to be called up to the Beninese senior men's national team very soon? Maybe, of course, one day we talk about you playing for the senior men's national side, the Cheetahs.
Definitely. I know I'll be called up very soon. Very soon. Very, very soon. Hopefully this year, I know I'll be called up to the national team. Because I've had so many offers in Europe and some other countries. So definitely when I get there, when I get to sign, hopefully this summer transfer window, I know I'll definitely get a call up before the end of the year.
What are you putting in the works to get this call up? Because playing for the senior men's national team is just not a little thing. It's not just something as easy as that. You must be able to prove yourself in league football and in other competitions. What are you putting in the works to get this call up?
Yes, definitely. That's why I said I'm going to go to a bigger league. I've had offers in bigger leagues now. So I'm just waiting to just everything to be done. So definitely when I get there, I know I'm not a bad player. I'm a good player by God's grace. I know definitely when I score goals, definitely I'm going to get my own chance.
All right, let's talk about the
Because of my
competitiveness in Benin. Beg your pardon, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I said some of my colleagues, they are in the team now, presently. So I know I'm definitely going to get my own time to play, to prove myself.
And we'll be here to, of course, rejoice that call up for you. But let's talk about the competitiveness in Benin Republic Domestic League. How competitive is this? Is this compared to that of Nigeria and the Nigeria Premier Football League? Because we had some of them given a chance to play against Benin Republic. Were they able to match the players from the domestic league from Benin Republic for you?
The league, one thing I like about Benin is they usually try to promote their league in the sense that no matter anytime they have a national match, you must see at least 2-3 of their domestic players in the team. No matter every time they have a national team match, they must include 2-3 of their domestic league players into the team, thereby promoting the league. So many players, by giving them opportunity to prove themselves, they get a better offer outside the country. Which I feel Nigeria needs to follow in that step also.
So
because most times they just invite players.
Will you compare the MPFL? Are they at par? The MPFL and the Benin Republic Domestic League, are they at the same level? That's the level of competitiveness.
Nah, definitely Nigeria is higher. Definitely Nigeria league is higher compared to Benin Republic League. Yes.
All right. It's good to know from one who has played it straight in Nigeria, Benin Republic, and also in Iran. Great one to see that you're doing so well. And as we speak right now, what is up with Godwin Akpo? What's the next step for you?
And like I said, this season is already done. I'm done with this season. Having scored about 7 goals and 3-4 assists. And I think I'm the first African to get a contract in Afghanistan. So with my goals this season, so many agents have been talking to me. They've given me better offers. So I'm just taking my time. I know definitely before the summer transfer window ends, you will definitely know where I'm ready to.
We'll be here to break that news to Africans, Benin Republicans, and Nigerians who are interested in Godwin Akpo. Thank you so much. We have been speaking to Benin Republic under 20, under 23 player all the way from Iran, Godwin Akpo. Thank you for joining us on In the Game today.
Thank you.
And we wish you all the best in your football career. Great conversation there.